Do you remember the actress Brittany Murphy? She died suddenly in her 1997 Spanish villa-style hilltop home, apparently from pneumonia, in December 2009. She was only 32 years old. Shockingly, her husband, Simon Monjack, died 5 months later in the same home of seemingly similar causes. Both were reported to have underlying health issues, but was there something else going on? Welcome to Nightmare Houses. Brittany Ann Bertolotti was born in Atlanta, Georgia on November 10, 1977. She was the daughter of Sharon Kathleen Murphy and Angelo Joseph Bertolotti, who divorced a few years later when she was 2 years old. She had 2 older half-brothers and a younger half-sister. Brittany was raised primarily by her mother in Edison, New Jersey. She attended the Vern Fowler School of Dance and Theater Arts in Colonia, New Jersey in 1982. Starting at 4, she trained in singing, dancing, and acting. In 1991, the family moved to California when Brittany was 13 so she could pursue an acting career. She got her first job in Hollywood that year, starring as Brenda Drexel in the series Drexel's Class. She also guest starred on the television series Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Blossom, Sequest 2032, Murder 1, and Frasier, and she had reoccurring roles on Party of 5, Boy Meets World, and Sister Sister. But she was not just pursuing acting. Brittany's career also included singing. In the early 1990s, she was in a band called Blessed Soul. Brittany Murphy's breakthrough role was in her second feature film, the teen comedy Clueless, in 1995. She followed this with a role in Freeway in 1996 and made her Broadway debut in 1997 as Catherine in a revival of Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge. She appeared in the independent comedy Bongwater in 1998. In 1999, she had supporting roles in James Mangold's Girl Interrupted as a troubled psychiatric patient alongside Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie. She also played an inspiring beauty queen in Drop Dead Gorgeous. She voiced the character Luann Platter on Fox's animated sitcom King of the Hill for the show's run from 1997 to 2009, and Joseph Gribble until the 5th season. She was nominated for an Annie Award for voice acting in the King of the Hill episode Moving On Up. By the early 2000s, her career was taking off with a leading role in Don't Say a Word and the TV adaptation of the novel The Devil's Arithmetic in 2001 and 8 Mile in 2002, for which she received critical acclaim. In late 2002, Brittany Murphy began dating Ashton Kutcher, her co-star in Just Married, but the relationship was short-lived. With her career blossoming in 2003, Brittany Murphy looked for a new home for herself and her mother in Los Angeles. She purchased a contemporary Spanish villa-style 9,500 square foot home built in 1997 just above the Sunset Strip. The gated home featured breathtaking views of the city from a 2-story residence with terraced rooms, a gourmet kitchen with wood floors and granite countertops, 6 bedrooms, a spacious living room, and a sizable dual master bedroom, and 7.5 bathrooms. There was a lush landscape backyard and an outdoor pool area. The house was located in a wealthy neighborhood and was known for its privacy and seclusion, as well as setback from the street, surrounded by tall trees and foliage. The city of Los Angeles initially mapped the site in December 1909 on a parcel of land at the top of Hollywood Hills of what is now known as 1895 Rising Glen Road, a region just above the Sunset Strip and known as Beverly Highlands. The Beverly Highlands neighborhood was developed in the 1950s, but this parcel remained vacant until the late 1980s. A small house and garage were built on the site in 1988, but were torn down just a few years later. In 1994, the property, listed as vacant land, was for sale. In 1997, the contemporary Spanish villa-style home with red roof tiles, decorative coins, and large windows was completed. It was listed for sale in the fall of 1997, but sat on the market for 3 years before being purchased by pop idol Britney Spears in 2000. Britney Spears owned the home while she dated NSYNC pop star Justin Timberlake, a relationship lasting between 1999 and 2002. However, Britney Spears didn't own the home for long and reported to friends that the place made her feel creeped out. She told close associates that she had some otherworldly encounter that frightened her enough that she decided to sell the home and not return. return. It's unclear what Britney Spears experienced precisely, but she claimed that there was some portal and evil spirits had entered the home. Brittany Murphy, who purchased the home from Spears in 2003, was unaware of the former owner's experiences there. In June 2003, Brittany Murphy purchased the home for $3.8 million and moved in with her mother, Sharon. That year, Brittany Murphy's career continued, and she starred in the romantic comedies Just Married and Uptown Girls' Little Black Book in 2004 and the critically acclaimed Sin City in 2005. In the early 2000s, she lost a noticeably large amount of weight, which led to rumors of her having a cocaine addiction. But Brittany disputed these claims to Jane magazine in 2005, saying she never tried it. In December 2005, she became engaged to Joe Macaluso, a production assistant she met while working on the film Little Black Book, but by August 2006, they ended their relationship. She spent some time with singing projects, and on June 6, 2006, Brittany and Paul Oakenfold released the single Faster Kill Pussycat from the album A Lively Mind. The song became a club hit and hit #1 on Billboard's Hot Dance Club Play chart. Brittany returned to voice acting with the critically acclaimed 2006 animated feature film Happy Feet as Gloria Penguin. She sang again with the release of the film Happy Feet, where she covered Queen's Somebody to Love and Earth, Wind & Fire's Boogie Wonderland. She met British screenwriter Simon Monjack in April 2006, and by May 2007 they were married in a private Jewish ceremony in their Los Angeles home. Simon was born on March 9, 1970 in England and became a Hollywood director and producer by his late 20s. He married actress Simone Bien in Las Vegas in November 2001, but they were divorced in 2006. Simon was living in the Rising Glen home with Brittany and mother Sharon by 2007. Before marrying Brittany Murphy, Simon had some legal troubles, including credit card fraud charges in 2005, which were later dropped. He had been sued and evicted from 4 different homes by 2006 and had faced deportation for overstaying his visa by 2007. There were some reports that the relationship between Brittany and Simon was not healthy, with Simon controlling Brittany, but these are unverified. Once he moved into the Glen Rising Road home, he discovered Brittany didn't like the place much and found her home unlucky and was considering a move. Brittany and Simon were considering relocating to New York to start a family. In early 2009, she was cast in the Lifetime TV movie Tribute as the main character Scylla and completed the thriller and drama Abandoned in June 2009. In November 2009, Brittany Murphy left the production of The Caller, which was being filmed in Puerto Rico, and was replaced by another actress. She denied media reports that she had been fired from the project after being difficult on set, and simply cited creative differences is why she left. Around this time, there were many more rumors Brittany had developed a drug problem, despite close friends and family claiming otherwise. On December 20th, 2009, at around 8 a.m., the Los Angeles Fire Department responded to a medical request at the Rising Glen Road residence. Brittany had collapsed in her bathroom and was unresponsive. Firefighters attempted to resuscitate her on the scene. She was transported to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where she died at 10:04 a.m. after a cardiac arrest. She was 32 years old, and her death shocked the world, making international headlines.
Hollywood is mourning the loss of Brittany Murphy this morning. The 32-year-old actress died on Sunday from what officials say appear to be natural causes. An autopsy is planned, reportedly against the wishes of her husband. CBS News correspondent John Blackstone has this report.
Detectives with the Los Angeles Police Department launched their investigation at Brittany Murphy's home as paparazzi camped outside. Murphy collapsed here early Sunday.
An autopsy was performed the day after she died to figure out the cause of her sudden death. The coroner found a range of over-the-counter and prescription medications in her system, the most likely reason being to treat a cold or respiratory infection. These included elevated levels of hydrocodone, acetaminophen, L-methamphetamine, and chlorpheniramine, all of which are legal. The report observed that the possible adverse psychological effects of elevated levels of these medication cannot be discounted, especially in her weakened state. On December 24, 2009, Brittany Murphy was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills. In January 2010, Simon and Sharon Murphy claimed that Brittany did not use alcohol or other drugs and that drugs did not cause her death. Instead, they attributed it to a heart condition, mitral valve prolapse. Both Simon and Sharon established the Brittany Murphy Foundation, a charitable fund for children's arts education, and supported the United Services Organization, USO, in cancer research. The foundation was launched on February 4, 2010, at a fundraising event at the Saban Theater in Beverly Hills. After a record search revealed that the foundation's not-for-profit status had not been filed, the foundation refunded any donations received. An official letter on the foundation's website stated that they had established it as a private foundation with plans to apply it for nonprofit status later to get it set up as quickly as possible. However, they said they had decided to wait until the foundation's nonprofit status was approved before going any further to truly honor Murphy and its charitable goals. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office, in a report issued in February 2010, said that the manner of death was accidental and that the cause of death was pneumonia, with secondary factors of severe iron deficiency anemia and multiple drug intoxication. On May 23, 2010, Simon Monjack was found dead in the master bedroom at 9:20 p.m. at the same home where his wife had died 5 months earlier. He was found by his mother-in-law Sharon, and again, the Los Angeles Fire Department was dispatched to a medical emergency at the home. Simon was pronounced dead at 9:45 p.m. The coroner's report attributed Simon's death to acute pneumonia and severe anemia. He was 40 years old, and prior health issues were attributed to his death. He was buried next to his wife. The Los Angeles County Department of Health had considered toxic mold in their house as a possible cause of both of their deaths, but was dismissed by Los Angeles Assistant Chief Coroner Ed Winter, who stated that there were no indicators that mold was a factor. Sharon Murphy described the reports of mold contributing to their deaths as absurd and stated that inspecting the home for mold was never requested by the health department. But in December 2011, Sharon Murphy changed her stance, announcing that toxic mold did kill her daughter and son-in-law. She filed a lawsuit against the attorneys who represented her in an earlier suit and against the home builders where her daughter and son-in-law died, but it appears to have been dropped. Sharon Murphy sold the home in July 2011 after struggling to find a buyer and at nearly 30% loss following the deaths of her daughter and son-in-law. In January 2012, Brittany's father applied to the Superior Court of California requesting that Los Angeles County Coroner's Office hand over samples of his daughter's hair for independent testing. The suit was dismissed 7 months after her father failed to attend 2 separate hearings. In November 2013, her father claimed that a toxicology report showed that deliberate poisoning by heavy metals could cause his daughter's death, but this was never verified. In October 2021, HBO Max aired a documentary titled What Happened, Brittany Murphy, covering the mystery surrounding Brittany Murphy's death. It doesn't appear the house was ever tested for black mold, and it's not clear if there was any inside. Human exposure to toxic black mold can cause a range of health difficulties, including allergic reactions such as sneezing, runny nose, red eyes, and skin rashes, respiratory issues such as wheezing, shortness of breath, and coughing, irritation of the eyes, skin, nose, and throat, headaches, fatigue, and other flu-like symptoms, neurological effects such as memory loss, mood changes, and tremors, chronic fatigue, pain, muscle aches, and fever. Toxic black mold forms in a house due to high humidity, moisture buildup, and poor ventilation. Water leaks, flooding, high indoor humidity levels, and lack of air circulation can all cause mold. It thrives in warm and damp environments. It can grow on various surfaces, such as walls, floors, ceilings, and furniture, and is often found in areas such as basements, attics, bathrooms, and kitchens. The mold can be found in any region and any building if the conditions are right. Both Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack had flu and pneumonia-like symptoms when they died, seemingly suddenly, but it remains unclear if there was mold in the house and if it contributed to their deaths. In 2013, her former home was torn down and a new home was rebuilt on site over several years, completed in 2016. It was listed for sale in March of 2016 for $19.6 $9.7 million and sold 1 year later for $14.5 million, just over 25% less than original asking price. The developers sought to take advantage of the spectacular view and created a sprawling contemporary home that bears no resemblance to the former residence. It's since sold twice in 2016, the 2017 purchase, and again in December 2020, where it sold for $11.5 million. The new home is currently 9,400 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 8.5 bathrooms and is listed as having an open floor plan, high ceilings, and rooms opening to outdoor lounge spaces and unobstructed views. It's a 2-story terraced home with flat white surfaces, large windows, and wooden plank paneling. The main suite is 2,000 square feet with 2 walk-in closets, 2 bathrooms, and a private patio. The new home also includes a home theater, massage room, wine cellar, infinity pool, spa, and an elevator. This piece of land sat vacant for over 80 years before it was developed for housing. 3 different homes have existed on this property since 1988. It sat on the market for nearly 3 years before being purchased by Britney Spears, who claimed to feel uncomfortable in her home and sold it only after 2 years. It again sat on the market for a while before being purchased by Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy and her husband died in that home, both with strange pneumonia-like symptoms within 5 months of each other. The land has since been redeveloped, but the home sells at a loss for each new owner. Is there something strange about this piece of land in particular? Was Brittany Murphy's last home cursed? It's unlikely we'll ever know the exact cause or reasons behind Brittany Murphy and her husband Simon Monjack's deaths, but there appears to be something strange about the place after all. Evil spirits and portals to otherworldly experiences or other paranormal encounters remain to be seen, but the deaths of Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack sparked speculation and conspiracy theories, but so far no evidence of foul play has been found. Thank you for listening to Nightmare Houses. For more information, including photos and references, please visit www.nightmarehouses.com. Until next time, goodbye.